What's up, Sagittarius? How are y'all doing? My name is Thee Unico, and this is y'all's zodiac reading. Until the next time I do a Sagittarius reading. If you don't know me, my name is Marchal, but call me Unico. I have a collective channel which I will link in the description box. But yeah, if you didn't know, I'm a Gemini. So yeah, we're the opposite signs, but I love Sagittarius. One of my favorite artists is Sagittarius. If you can't guess, she's close. All I gotta do is look. Anyways, yeah, let's see what the overall energy is for y'all. Don't get like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Man, if that was crazy. Three of Swords. So, Sag, I ain't gonna hold y'all. Y'all could have been going through something. That's Three of Swords like energy. Three of Swords is like heartbreak, hurt. In the reverse, it can mean healing or being healed. But this is upright, so y'all could have definitely recently came out of something. The way my cards were, this is the top of the deck. This is the bottom of the deck. So this card was the Thor. And it was the Nine of Pentacles. But y'all could have recently came out of like a state of heartbreak and like beginning your independence with this Nine of Pentacles. I'm glad it took a turn for the better. I would hate to have to do a not so good reading. Five of Pentacles. My damn mouth. Five of Pentacles. So y'all could have felt left out of something. Maybe that's like what contributed to this Three of Swords energy. Let me see what card comes after this. But this Nine of Pentacles could also be talking about y'all, like, instead of feeling left, exactly with the Eight of Cups, instead of y'all feeling left out of something, y'all just walked away from the situation or whatever the fuck it was entirely and regaining your independence. Because can't nobody break your heart unless you let them. You can't break your own heart. At least I don't think you can. I don't believe you can. You can be delusional and lead yourself to heartbreak, but you can't break your own heart. Actually, I take that back. Some people, when they do dumbass shit just to hurt other fucking people, it's because they're breaking their own heart by trying to break other people's. So, yeah, you decided to just like go do something on your own. I'm gonna clarify this. Clarify Nine of Pentacles. You got Three of Pentacles at the bottom. So you could have felt left out of like a group. I was gonna clarify the Five of Pentacles first, that's why I said that, but Page of Cups. Hangman. You're Sagittarius, y'all are in a state of like connecting with your inner child. Usually I get the Sister of Cups with that if I'm talking in that context, but with the Page of Cups is like innocence, kind of, sort of. It can also mean like immaturity. So like, but with this Hangman and the Page of Cups, it's like y'all are reconnecting with your inner child in a way, or like your inner innocence. I don't want to say inner innocence. It's like with you're reconnecting with your purest self. Not pure as in like religious terms. I'm talking about like who you are, like the essence of yourself, the essence of who you are as a person, as a whole. Yes, I'll clarify this hard Pentacles. What is this, the Tower? Y'all, something could have happened. Y'all could have, with this Emperor that wanted to flip back out, it was at the bottom, but it flipped back out. I've got my window open. What was I about to say? Oh, y'all could have been in like a state of like, some of y'all could have been like homeless at a point. Some of y'all could have just like was wondering, like y'all was in a place of like wondering how you're gonna pay your rent, or like how you're gonna pay your bills, or like you were financially like not in the spot you wanted to be. And like I said, for some of y'all could have been homeless. I've been there, trust me. So something could happen that put y'all in like a financial bind almost, and it could have had something to do with a masculine energy, like an overbearing masculine energy, or it could be talking about like with the high priestess at the bottom. It's in reverse. Usually I have my cards aligned, but this is in reverse in the deck. Okay, this reading is gonna be for like, well, it's not gonna be for every Sagittarius anyway. So like, this is gonna be for a specific, I don't want to say few, but a specific margin of Sagittarius. Y'all could have not like listened to your intuition or something, or like you let I won't say you let somebody, but like somebody took control of like whether you listen to your intuition or not. And it led you into Five of Pentacles. Clarifies Eight of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. Okay. So y'all decided to like walk away from whatever this Five of Pentacles, Tower, Emperor, High Priestess in reverse situation was. However the reason is for you. And you decided to walk away and invest in yourself. With the Eight of Pentacles. Not the Seven of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is you like, you're working hard to that 9. And then once you get to the 9, all that's left is the 10. Seven of Pentacles is the start of you. Well, that's really the Six of Pentacles. Well, the Six of Pentacles is like the very tippy. It's like the very start of your like the road to the 9 and the 10 of Pentacles. But the Seven of Pentacles is when you're constantly investing in yourself. It's like, because you know once you start investing in yourself, you're only gonna work hard at it. It's gonna get you closer to the 9 and the 10. You figure out what you needed to do for yourself in order to get yourself out of this Five of Pentacles. You figured out how to do that. I want to say fairly quickly, because you could have been in this Five of Pentacles situation for like a longer than you wanted to be. But once you got the ball rolling on coming out of that, it took you no time to get out of it. Okay, I have more cards. Six of Cups at the bottom. Innocence. Childlike innocence. This Six of Cups also be talking about something from the past too. But remember, I was saying for this Nine of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Hangman, it was like you're getting in tune with like your inner child in a way, like your inner innocence, I guess. Six of Cups at the bottom. I ain't gonna take it out. I knew what it was anyways. Regardless. Seven of Cups. All these cups. Well, never mind. I got more Pentacles I hit than Cups. Never mind. I got the Five of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. And I got the Seven of Cups, Page of Cups, Eight of Cups. Let me Tower again and the Five of Wands. You could have been confused about you could have been confused about like why things were happening the way it was happening at one point with the Seven of Cups tower, why you were going through this tower moment. And you could have been in conflict with yourself and probably others around you with the Five of Wands. But like, I'm glad that came out, the Eight of Wands. But you added, wait, just at the bottom. Y'all can't see it. My bad. At a point, when it came to a certain point, you realized that the tower was happening for you and not to you. Perhaps you had a lesson you needed to learn, or lessons you needed to learn, and the only way you could learn is had you gone through whatever it is you went through. And it didn't kill you, it made you stronger. I'm not gonna sing this song. I want to so bad if I can do it. And y'all have no idea the song is blasting in my head right now. Yeah, you decided the tower isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. So you decided to really sit down and see what the divine was showing you. And what lessons you actually needed to learn, and like how you could like move forward with this Eight of Wands. And you did. Let me clarify the Eight of Wands. The Empress, you did. King of Wands. You realize perhaps who this Emperor person was, or if they're even a person. Who, let's say this Emperor character is a person, right? At least for how it resonates for you. You could have let this person like take control over like everything almost. Your life included, seemingly. Well, I guess looking back now, it seemed like you took control of your life too. But you realize this person wasn't protecting you. If they were protecting you, then they would have protected you from this Five of Pentacles situation. But they actually led you to it. That's what this High Priest in reverse is. You let somebody or something lead you to the Five of Pentacles instead of following your own intuition. You follow somebody else's, which is not always a bad thing, especially like because people follow my intuition all the time, right? Because I'm a very intuitive person. But like when it comes, if people allow my intuition because it's what their intuition is already telling them, I'm just the confirmation. I'm not gonna sit here and purposely lead somebody astray because they choose to follow my intuition. I'm not gonna just lead somebody astray, even when people. All I'm gonna say is not everybody who has gifts, spiritual gifts, are people with integrity and people who like use their gifts for good. Some people will quote unquote build credibility with their gifts and then will turn around and lead people astray using those quote unquote same gifts. I.e., telling them lies when they know what spirit is telling them, when they're telling somebody else the opposite. Specifically, the person who needs the guidance the most. But I said to say, you realize this Emperor character was, they wasn't protecting you. They were actually putting you in harm's way, so you had to become your own protector as a divine feminine along their path has to fucking do. I've done it. You had to step into your King of Wands energy and protect your goddamn self. Cause you're already coming out as the Empress. The Empress is every queen in the deck. The Queen of Wands is protected no matter what, spiritually protected no matter what, because even she know the King of fucking Wands sometimes will get big headed and lead his people astray, and his queen astray, if it meant protecting himself. So the Queen of Wands like, okay, I'm gonna be protected regardless. I'm spiritually protected. I'm the Queen of Wands. But even with you knowing that, you still stepped up to become your own protector. Okay. 7 of Cups, clarify it. Knight of Wands. Magician. So, okay. I'm gonna say this, and it's not gonna be for everybody, okay? But for some of y'all, with the 7 of Cups, Knight of Wands, Magician, somebody was probably doing sex magic on you in order to, like, trick you or, like, confuse you in a way into not following your intuition, your own intuition, and letting somebody else guide you or try to guide you into the 5 of Pentacles. I'm gonna get one more. 5 of Wands. People could be using chaos magic too. Because if you're too busy fighting with yourself and fighting with others, it's hard for you to focus on what the fuck you really need to focus on. You're focused on fighting. You're not really focusing on moving forward, or at least getting through the fucking tower. People were using chaos magic on you, or they were putting chaos magic around you. And they were impulsive about it too. Well, they were brash about it. They were just constantly doing it just to fucking do it. All right. Wheel of Fortune. 6 of Cups. 8 of fucking... Wheel of Fortune, 6 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles. So, you deciding to walk away from it, to go in and through the fucking tower, and i.e. walking away from wherever the fuck the situation was that was all this other shit. You connecting with your inner self, your highest self, because your inner child is considered your highest self. At least that's how I look at it, because it's your most purest form. You reconnecting to your higher self has put you in an energy of receiving, like, fortune and abundance. And it doesn't necessarily have to be all, like, monetary. It can be spiritual abundance. That's just as good, if not fucking better, honestly. I'm sure your shit's good too. I ain't gonna cap, but you know. Jeez. 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. Some of y'all could be, well, I don't want to say some of y'all. Y'all could be receiving an opportunity soon. Here's gonna seemingly come out of nowhere. Either y'all gonna receive it, or y'all already received it, like, recently. And either it's gonna come out of nowhere, or it came out of nowhere, seemingly. And whatever opportunity this is, it's gonna lead you to the 10 of Pentacles. And you wouldn't have got this opportunity had you not left wherever situation this was. It's like that was blocking you. The five of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles. You made a choice. To be disappointed, to sit here and be disappointed in the 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, or if you're gonna be in the 10 of Pentacles. At peace I don't got the Four of Swords right here, but this is the Cups. Ten of Cups. Peace. Harmony. Happy family. Are you going to be in the Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords, or are you going to be in the Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups? Choice. Higher self or your lower self? Which one are you going to choose? You chose your higher self. I don't know if I said this already, but this is for Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I am going to do Moon and Rising specifics, but I'm only going to do Cancer, Moon, and Pisces Rising specifics because I'm a Cancer, Moon, Pisces Rising. So, yeah. And I'm a Cancer Venus. Actually, let me clarify this real quick. I don't need to, but I'm gonna do it just for the sake of reading. Two of Swords at the bottom. Another choice, but Two of Swords is choices you can't really see, or something you didn't see. You saw the fucking choices. You had no choice but to fucking see it. Too much. That was Knight of Cups, Death, and Judgment. Wheel of Fortune. I don't know, clarify. Clarify Ten of Cups. Death. Why are those same cards coming out? Knight of Cups. And that one, what I just did was Wheel of Fortune. No, it wasn't. So I was missing up with one. So, hold on. Clarify is Death. Knight of Pentacles. You were going through a rebirth. That's why it was you. Okay, you going through this rebirth was the reason why you were able to walk away seemingly unscathed. Although you went through what you went through, but it doesn't look like it. That's what I'm saying when I say that. But that rebirth, it took a long process. That's why it felt as if like you were staying in this longer than it was because you were going through rebirth. Somebody could be doing death magic on you too, I'm hearing. So if they were doing death magic on you and say perhaps you quote unquote die, right? Not really, but like when you go through a rebirth, part of you has to die. I know when I went through my rebirth after I had my awakening, which my awakening day is coming up. I awakened August 8th of 2024. A few days after my awakening, I literally felt like I was going through. I awakened through heartbreak. Okay, so oh my God, perhaps you did too. With this three of Swords being the first card out for this entire reading, that's the overall energy of the reading. Okay. Like I said, I was going through heartbreak, so I was like going through emotions, crying, all that shit, emotional, all that shit. And it literally felt as if a part of me died. But that's because it did. Mind you, that was the beginning of my journey. That was the beginning of... It's a lie. If you go to my collective channel, I talk about it too much. I don't want to say too much, but I went through it so I could be able to like give my experience, you know. But I do talk about that quite often. But yeah, that was the start with what the fuck the bullshit happened, because I was low key letting a quote unquote emperor quote unquote guide me into a quote unquote Five of Pentacles, which he did, but he didn't. I had to go through the Five of Pentacles on my, because of what I needed to fucking I needed to learn, because what's coming in for me, so I can know how to appreciate that. But yeah, like I said, I felt like that part of me died, but my rebirth was taking. It took a while for me to like, for me to come out of my hermit mode, or like my cocoon, if you will. And I'm still, but it took a little minute. At least what's coming up out on this reading, it took y'all a little minute. Not too long, but nothing happens overnight, right? So like I can't even say what was long or was not long. So take our names. Yeah, that's that. But it was what was clarifying? It was Ten of Cups, Death, and Nine of Cups. And then Nine of Pentacles clarified. It's Death card. Okay. So you have to go through this rebirth in order. Y'all could be, before I say that, y'all could have a Ten of Cups coming soon, or an offer coming in soon. Not from whoever the fuck this is up here, no. But you had to go through this rebirth, so in order for you to be ready for whoever it is you're meant to like actually be with. And I feel like whoever this person is, instead of them trying to lead you, and you trying, like, y'all gonna lead each other, like y'all gonna trust each other intuition, because y'all gonna be able to trust each other because y'all trust yourselves. Whoever this emperor is up here, he didn't trust himself. That's why he was not trustworthy. You didn't know that at the time, but he didn't trust himself, so how could he trust you? But perhaps you trusted him because you didn't trust yourself at one point. Been there. What do I clarify? Clarify Five of Swords. Hermit. Three of Pentacles. And the Ace of Wands. So I have a question. Whose energy is this? Because it could be yours, Sag, but it could be somebody else's too. Whose energy is this? And guess what fucking comes out? The Empress. You know what? Thank you, Spirit, for the answer. Okay. So, y'all could have felt disappointed because, or y'all could have felt defeated because you felt as if like y'all missed out on opportunities with the Hermit, Ace of Wands, Three of Pentacles. Because you're in Hermit mode, you're too busy trying to like find yourself and go within. So like, Three of Pentacles is teamwork, collaboration. If you're Hermit mode, they don't mix. So you're either Hermit mode or you're in Three of Pentacles. At least in my opinion. But so I said to say, y'all could have felt like y'all missed opportunities because you were too busy like going through your dark night of the soul. That's what I'm trying to say. Your dark night of the soul. Your dark night of the soul is a very lonely time. Very lonely. But you realize in that time you're not really alone. That's the time you start connecting to your ancestors, you start connecting to your guides and all of that. So yeah, that's what that Five of Swords is for you. Is that okay? Nine of Wands. And what else? Three of Pentacles. Two of Swords. Y'all could have felt closed off to a group of people. Like y'all could have felt isolated from a group of people. A specific group of people. Clarify whether it be family, friends, co-workers, second resonates. Clarify Three of Pentacles. Two of Swords again. Spirit, what the? Page of Swords. Is this a group that like collaborated behind your back? And that's with the Two of Swords. Like you couldn't see them collaborating behind your back, but they were watching you. You couldn't see it though. They were spying on you. You can't see it though. With the Page of Swords, they were spying on you, but with the Two of Swords, you couldn't see it. Clarify this Two of Swords. Nine of Wands, but in reverse. Some people could have been plotting y'all downfall, and you couldn't see that also. Like a specific group of people, probably the very same people you felt closed off from, was secretly hate on you behind your back, or plotting on you behind your back. Nine of Pentacles at the bottom. Ace of Pentacles. You were supposed to be. See, everything works out in. Everything works out for your. Well, I won't say well. Everything in this situation worked out for your good, because you were supposed to not work with this group on something, because you working independently is going to lead you to the Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups actually. You working independently was gonna lead you to the Ace of Pentacles regardless, but you having somebody coming in, which we ain't even tapped into whoever the fuck that is yet. They're gonna lead you to the Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. Perhaps y'all bringing y'all aces together, making a Ten of Pentacles, and y'all aces of Cups together to bring a Ten of Cups. Ooh, you walked away just in time. And the devil behind, ooh, you walked away just in time. Cause after the Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, I have Ten of Sword, the Moon. So you didn't see they was like trying to put you in a Ten of Sword. They was trying to be sneaky about it too. Ten of Swords, Moon, Seven of Sword, Eight of Cups. But you walked away swiftly from whoever the fuck the devil energy was, and towards your victory. They were conjuring up some evil ass shit against you, and perhaps you didn't even fucking know it. But some of your spirit led you out of that. Your higher self knew. The very higher self you got in tune with. That's just the thing is coincidence. I'm not gonna say that. I'll go say coincidentally, but. I ain't care for anything else. No, not because of the bottom again. I just sit here and shuffle the cards. Actually, are they in the same order? I'm curious. Because Nine of Pentacles is dead ass at the bottom. I just sat here and shuffle these cards again. Ace of Pentacles, Moon, King of Sword, Queen of Sword, King of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Oh my God. Now I'm nosy. Queen of Cups, Two of Cups. Didn't I not say? There's the King of Pentacles in your energy. You're gonna be able to discern who this is with the Queen of Swords. You don't see this coming per se, but once it gets there, you're gonna be able to discern that that's what it is. Four of Swords, you're gonna feel a state of peace too. Queen of Cups, Two of Cups, and Ten of Pentacles. I said once whoever this other masculine come in, that's gonna lead you to the Ten of Pentacles. You working independently is gonna lead you to the Ace on your own. But you collaborating with someone who's actually aligned with you will lead you to the Ten of Pentacles. And it's a Two of Cups situation. Ten of Cups. Six of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Temperance. And whoever it is in the background, they're gonna be heartbroken with the Three of Swords, Nine of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Eight of Cups. Find the messages. Find the messages, please. That's the Ace of Swords with the and the Four of Wands. Mind you, I didn't take any of those cards out. They were just what I literally just look at the bottom of the fucking deck, and then Ten of Cups, Ace of Cups. Yo. Sag. Y'all got some good shit coming in. And people are definitely going to be watching. People are going to watch you live in your truth, celebrating with the Four of Wands, celebrating a union at that. With whoever the King of Pentacles is. People want to watch you celebrate. The same people who try to bring you down, but they have to watch you celebrate. As they should, right? They're already spying on you anyways, so why not spy on you too? Four Wands. Nine of Cups. Hold up. Nine of Cups. Strength. Chariot. Okay, yeah. Mind you, you've had to come into union with yourself already. Like you tapping in with yourself. Not only that, your higher self. That's what's allowing all this stuff to come in for you, Sag. I don't want to clarify anything else. Clarify Ace of Swords, and I'll leave it at that. The World. The end. Quite literally. Not for you at least. Alright, Sagittarius, that was your reading. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Take it resonates. Leave it as not. Take how it resonates. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Christian Boss, all the jazz down there. I will see you later. Ashe.